Strength and blessings out there. This is executive creator Alexander Asafa of Brotherhood Language, approaching conversation kinetically about fiction, aka Black AF. I'm here to tell you about the Anchor app. Let me explain. Let's get right to it. Number one, the Anchor podcast app is free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many, many more. You can make money from your podcast right now with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started right now. This is Brotherhood Language, approaching conversation kinetically. My name is Alexander Asafa, and this is Black as
Brotherhood Language, approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. This is Black as
Brotherhood Language, approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. This is Black as Fuck. My name is Alexander Asafa. I am here with the one and only, straight from the Shy, my man, 60 grand, B Wizzle.
160 grand.
I want to ask why that number, but then I'm not.
I'm gonna let you finish the intro because apparently you I guess you thought I was ready to go because I was talking shit about Dragon Ball.
Nah,
Let's get it. Look, MJ going for 30 without warm-ups.
BLACKAZFUK. You can find us at TikTok, Instagram, and the Twitter. And we're dropping content daily. If you want to be a part of the podcast, we are here every Monday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at www.blackafhq.com. You can join the show. You can join the Zoom show. Well, I'm glad you're ready to rock, B-Walk. I just felt it was time to hit the stage, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I think it's go time.
Can a nigga lace up his Jordans first? I mean, put the knee brace on. I mean, shit.
Which Jordans you wearing if you was playing in the league? Which ones you wearing?
Sure. My favorites was the Bugs Bunny joints. I know that's not what they call, but it was the ones with the straps. They had 23 in the middle. I don't know
the Air
the name
Jordans.
of them. I don't know if they were called that or what, but they definitely around
They
the
called
time
them in the hood.
definitely around the time when the original Space Jam came out, the one that counts, and it was the ones with the straps with the 23. Them shits was clean to me. You talking Jordans? Those was my favorite. But then I also had the Olympic Jordans too, for some reason.
The gas mask?
Remember those joints that came out when Mike went to the Olympics, the Dream Team, and he came out with his own Jordan specific to the Olympics? I had those too. I don't know why. Somebody got them for me. They was fresh. I mean, I wore them. They was white, so I only got to wear them once, and they got fucked up outside. You know how they go. My favorite are the Bugs Bunny Jordans.
I need them 13s all day, every day for the rest of my life. So.
See, that's just it. Like, I don't know the actual names for none of them. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them look like moon boots, and the homies call them moon boots. I mean, some of them Jordans is kind of ugly, you know. The original joints, everybody knows the OG joints. Everybody knows those. Those are iconic, but like when we're talking about different iterations over the years, I don't know the names.
The moon boots got fly on the second go around, but they was trash. They was moon boots the first time. And then the one Scotty used to, you know, and he was like, come here, talking about to Jay, those Jordans are trash too. They're trash as well. Other than that, I mean, I've never been super hyped about the patent leathers like everybody. Like, motherfuckers be losing their shits. But, yeah, 13s all day. Best jean shoe ever. It is blue. It is white. It is gray. Hologram for some season. It's It goes with every pair of blue jeans you'll ever have. Best shoe ever. 13s. But all the colors work. All of them work. So I guess that was segment one, or is that the layup line? I don't know. But let's get into it. We got
segment
some
one,
views.
Okay.
Only on Black AF.
I know which way this is going. This nigga
So we got
Jordans.
we got a couple of views to go over. We're gonna start with the television stuff first, though. We're gonna start with that.
Okay.
Episode 4 of the What It animated series on Disney Plus. Bwalt. Tell them about your experience since the last show.
Can you remind me which one is which? Because I binged all 4. So I'm assuming that was Strange.
4 was definitely Strange.
Oh man. Man. I like What If. I'm looking forward to them every week now. That's all it took was for y'all to talk shit, and I went and I watched all 4 in a row. Hey, it was good.
Don't dance on
dancing, right? Oh.
No, yeah, go in. Pow, 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 pow. Fire away.
First of all, I gotta say I love that my man Jeffrey Wright is doing the voice of what's his name?
The Beyonder.
I thought that was what it was, Beyonder. I was gonna say some other shit like Beyond Burger, but that's because I'm hungry. I'm starving. No, I'm not kidding you, bro. Like I'm fucking hungry. Yeah, it was good. I loved how his narcissism wasn't necessarily centered on himself, and he was more centered on the idea, I'm gonna save this chick no matter what, and he destroyed his universe doing it. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty fucking awesome. But see, here's the thing: everything I watch that's Marvel now, I know it's gonna lead somewhere else, right? So we know What If in general is, they talk about the multi-dimensions and all that. We already know that multiple universes and shit. But every new Marvel piece of material that I watch, I know it's gonna lead somewhere else. So I'm looking forward to seeing where exactly What If ties into everything else. That's my thing.
Number 4 was the best episode to me, and that's not shitting on any of the previous episodes. In my opinion, they've gotten better with each one. And this one, I'm a huge Doctor Strange fan. It's one of my top MCU movies. It's in my top 6. I don't have a 5 or a 10, but I got a 6. 7 through 10, they fluctuate. But them 6, though, good luck trying to get in. But it was great to see. The animation, I felt, got a little better as well. It was like a 35-minute movie to me. Like it had a full story arc. I was happy with the ending. I like dark endings like that. Those things make me smile. I like the fact that he didn't win. Let's see what happens with Domino. This is in this situation. Yeah, it was like kind of what I felt like the Animatrix was supposed to be to the Matrix. Like it was a good sort of like pseudo sequel or continuation or a what if or of the story. But it was a lot of fun. To me, they just keep getting better. So I'm looking forward to. I'll be watching the next one in about 27 hours.
Do we know?
I don't know. I don't know what it's about. Do you?
No, I have no clue. I just know that they are starting to really explore that multi-dimensional shit because we know there's a couple of films coming out where we know specifically they're going to touch on that a lot, right? You got the Spider-Man joint, And then you got the Strange
Hello?
joint that's gonna come out. But then even with Eternals, where they start
Can
touching on the
you see me?
Celestials and stuff. You're frozen. What had happened?
Can you hear me?
There you go. What you do?
I was gonna ask you the same thing, bro. It's like someone split the timeline again. Like I can't get to you.
Marty, we've got to go back in time.
So
We
might
gotta
as well
get
get
some
right.
Wi-Fi. Huh? What's that?
Don't be mad because you hungry, motherfucker.
I'm starving, nigga. I need a Snickers. I need a Snickers. I'm about to turn into Aretha Franklin in this motherfucker. Ah, shit. That's my favorite Snickers commercial. That's my favorite commercial of all time, by the way.
We got to talk about this Rick and Morty shit real quick because that shit was real quick, but it was real dope. Like you saw it, you sent it to me.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I got cut off. I got cut off. I got cut off by your shitty Wi-Fi. Nigga, pay your bill, bro.
It's called TVA.
Stop trying to tether your fucking phone to your computer, bro. This shit don't work. Everybody knows that 3G ain't the shit no more. Leave it alone.
Hey, that's my old phone though. This ain't that phone.
Look, I'm simply saying that the way that they are taking this now, we know they're gonna explore multiple dimensions and shit like that. And they're gonna go even further back and start looking at the Celestials with the Eternals movie coming out and shit. So yeah, every time I watch something new, I'm seeing if it ties back to that. You know what I mean? When it comes to all the Marvel stuff.
Right.
And we did see did you see the Shang-Chi?
I just saw Shang-Chi.
Bruh.
We got some shit to talk.
That shit was cold, bro. That shit was cold.
Let's have at it, my friend.
Nah, wait. I thought we were talking about live.
I'm done with the what if. Wherever you want to go, man. You want the main dish first? You want the side?
You know what I'm saying? What about dessert? I'm starving. Well, Rick and Morty. You want to do Rick and Morty?
Let's do Rick and Morty. Yo, Rick and Morty. It was just like I've never seen the obvious done better. If that makes any sense. Like, well done. Just go on and do the fucking short film on the movie. We're there. Like, just go on and stop fucking teasing. Don't do the Final Fantasy VII and show us a play demo 4 years before you actually do some shit. Just go on and make it happen. Christopher Lloyd, he got it. Just get him a little water with some lemon in it next time so we can hear that, that cadence, But other than that, I'm your Huckleberry. I'm good. I'm in. Be Walt.
I loved it. And I said it was I think it was Facebook. I said, Shang-Chi, if I'm saying it right, Shang-Chi is what Iron Fist wish it could have been. Like, nigga, it took me back to watching all the martial arts films when I was a shorty and we couldn't afford cable, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit was beautiful. It was beautiful visually. Beautiful. Stunning. I loved it. I love that. Love it.
What are some of the scenes that stand out to you?
Let's see. The scenes that I remember that I liked the most, whenever Wong would pop in. Whenever Wong would pop up, because then I was like, see, they just tied it into to your boy. They just tied it into to Mr. Strange, Doctor Strange. Those are my favorite ones. But the martial arts shit was all clean. That shit was clean. And it did, you knew it was like, the CGI and the wire acts and shit, but it reminded me so much of the stuff that we used to watch. I don't know if it was the same for you, but there was a station on Sundays that would show all the martial arts flicks. You know what I'm saying? And that shit reminded me of that. It looked like an updated, cleaner version of that stuff, but it's still, I had that feeling of like a 10-year-old fucking with the hangers to get the TV to work, so I could see the martial arts. But this shit was clean. This shit was so fucking clean. It was clean.
Yeah, we got to come up with a new scale and how we like score these, because I won't give my score right now, but it's almost on a pass or fail thing for me when it comes to MCU shit.
Yeah.
Either I fuck with it or I don't. Because they, that's kind of their body of work at this point. It either hit or don't hit. Iron Man 3. Some shit just does not work. Thor 2. But then you got Ragnarok and shit like that, and it just makes up for it. I love this. It was the kung fu shit was off the chain, adding the season with the the 10 rings and the lady style, the mother style. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Vibranium. I don't know, but thought I'd give it a shot. It was a full meal. It was dope. I had an issue, not with Aquafina's voice, right? I didn't have an issue with that. But the fact that I thought they really was gonna say she saved the day with that fucking arrow through the neck, I was really gonna have a problem with that. I was really.
I knew you was gonna say something about that thing. I knew you was gonna say something about that.
Bro, if that was the case, like I would. Ooh, man, it was great to see some of those old heads though, because like her sensei, he was in Kung Fu Hustle. Saw the little Easter egg on the wall back there too, next to the Outcast poster. Dopeness next to dopeness. Yep. There was a little Naruto nod with the white fox with like the 7, 9, 16 tails, and then the Spirit of Away nod with that like horse dragon that was just kind of looking around. Like I was like, okay, I see what they're doing.
Now wait a minute, because I'm not a Naruto person. Does Naruto pull from Chinese mythology?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so that's where that fox came from. That fox has made appearances in a lot of shit when you're talking about Chinese mythology. It was even in Lovecraft country. So
which we're going. That's funny because we got to talk. That's going to come up later, in another segment. But yeah, Naruto. Essentially, he has the chi energy. I won't get into specifics because that's irrelevant to you. Of the 9-tail fox, like that's where his power comes from. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, and I didn't know that was an actual. You saw that You saw that from a different perspective, so that's cool too. I had a problem with some of the CG at times.
Yeah, there was pieces that kind of popped out. And I was like, that's CG. You could tell.
Right. The cut, and then it was like the resolution was different. And then it was like, okay, but it didn't take me out of it. Wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't something that pulled me away from what I was doing because I enjoyed the whole thing. That bus scene was like, the bus scene was mad Jackie Chan to me. The side of the building scenario, that was
Jackie Chan.
That was Red Hood meets Jackie Chan to me.
Bro, that was shit. They did something similar to that scene in one of the rush hours. I don't remember which one it was, but Jackie was running up a fucking building or going down, one or two. But he was busting ass all the way up and or down. Just like that. Yeah.
Simu Liu, is that how I say it?
I looked up how to pronounce it last time. I should remember this, but
the leading man.
The leading man was a killer.
Leading man was a killer.
Nice. He was nice.
His pops, I love how his pops, it was like, the 10 rings will fuck you up. The 10 rings will take me where I want to go. The 10 rings will stop me from where I want to go. These are my 10 rings. They do everything. It's like this. It's like the square button. It does everything for you. I was like, hit that square button, Pops. Hit that square button. But yeah, it was the sister. I liked her arc. You know, she's like, fuck him, fuck you. It felt almost like Tila from Masters of the Universe, but it had actual context for why she was doing said things. Hmm. 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 Tila in the hood, my ass. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, but Michelle, you and they did a great job of like sort of keep you on edge. Like, okay, she said she the aunt. Is she really the mama though? Like, is that who they? You know, is that really the mom to the seed?
Oh, she didn't look nothing like a mama in the flashback.
No, but you know, there's some years in between. So it's like that's the way I saw it. That I'll say that. Like, because it wasn't until you know she revealed like, you know, the dragon is the mother. She, you know, that's where she is. It was like, oh, okay. And then when you saw, and that fight was dope too. Like that felt like Legend of Avatar Korra Aang all over again. Like watching that go down. Yeah, it was a foolhardy meal though. I give it an 8 out of 10, but we got to come up with a better scale though, because we don't have a few eights, like at least 4 out of the 5
I'm
times.
not. I'm not against the pass fail scale simply because of the fact that well no what see Marvel we talk about this all the time. Marvel has figured out know what kind of elements they need to add to get enough of the standing fan base, and they know what kind of elements to add to pull in new folks. So even in movies that say you didn't like that much, like Captain Marvel, it was very girl power, right? So it pulled in a lot of females who liked that flick, even though you as an MCU fan, as a Marvel comic fan, were kind of like, oh, I don't like how they serviced it, you know. But they put enough of the elements in there to get you into the shit if you're a standing fan already, right? I don't know how would we do that.
We don't
I
have to
feel
do it
like
right now, but
I
I
feel
just
like
think
Captain Marvel should be in the middle. Was it better than that? Or was it not? Because there's only like a handful that I could say weren't better than Captain Marvel, and I don't even think they count as MCU. The only shit, the only shit that I don't think was better than Captain Marvel. Well, what about? Did you see Black Widow?
I did. Let me ask you this: what's the worst MCU movie to you though?
The worst MCU movie to me? Uh,
Is it Thor 1 or is it Captain Marvel?
there's three. There's three that I'm not really. I mean, I know why they exist and they push the story along, but there's three that I didn't like all that much in comparison to the rest. Captain Marvel actually isn't a part of those three. I didn't think Captain Marvel was that bad.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said that's why we put that in the middle. We
All
say,
right, because
was it
we're
better
both
than
on two.
Marvel?
Okay.
Or was it not better than Marvel? Because I understood why Captain Marvel was Captain Marvel.
So
The
you're
first
you're grading on a balance scale then, essentially. Like, because if we, depending on where we go from there, it tips the
no,
scales.
no. Here's the thing. Captain Marvel is you can't get no worse than Captain Marvel because you automatically suck in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Captain Marvel
That's
was
the line right there for you.
Captain Marvel was B minus and good enough as a okay. So I look at it like this. I look at the movies in two ways. One, how would it be as a standalone? Like, could you go and just watch that shit on its own? And how it does in the continuum of the MCU, right?
Right.
So as a standalone movie, so in the continuum of the MCU, I don't have a problem with any of the films because I feel like they all connect to the next one. Da, 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 da. That's what they're supposed to do. That's part of the formula that we were talking about. However, as standalone movies, the ones that I didn't really like that much was Iron Man 3, the first Thor, And I wasn't really a fan of the second Thor, to tell you the truth. Ragnarok was the one that, like, Thor by himself was kind of whatever until Ragnarok, which is top 5 for me as far as MCU movies. You know what I'm saying? So those three, I think the Iron Man's 2 and 3, and then Iron Man's 3, and then the first 2 Thors, a little bit under Captain Marvel. So the rest, I like them. I would watch them as standalones. But I can't watch Iron Man 3 and the first 2 Thors as standalones. I can't do it. Like, even when I went into, because I've never really liked Thor that much, the way they do his story, like in the comics. I like his powers and shit, but the way they wrote his story, I didn't really get with it. I couldn't really get with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to like standalone joints, I couldn't watch any of those 3 as standalones. I only went to see them because I'm like, these are going to further the MCU along somehow, even if it's only 30 seconds, even if it's the cutscene at the end. There's going to be something in there making it worthwhile, I guess, right? But I wouldn't consider them good standalone movies. No.
I think we can put Iron Man 2 in that back 5 somewhere.
Yeah.
But to me, it's funny because Iron Man set versus Thor is like in reverse. Like, Iron Man 1 is top 6 for me. Everything else of that, get that shit away from me. First 2 Thors, I never need to see again in my life. Other than that, when is Ragnarok on? I will sit down. I will order food. You want me to roll a joint? The answer is yes. Like, I will stop doing whatever I'm doing to watch that movie.
Yes.
But I like the balanced scale of the Captain Marvel, so that'll be it. Is it better than that? And if we both say yeah, then we know where we got to go on the scale. That makes all the sense to me. That makes perfect sense to me. But this movie, okay, so using that scale, do we both think it's better than Captain Marvel? I think I'm a yeah.
I'm putting this. Look, we know there's some other movies coming out, but I'm putting this in my top tier of the movies that I can watch as a standalone, and it furthers the MCU.
Copy that. I'll be down to always watch this. I won't be
right.
Yeah. To me, that's where an 8 stands. Like, a 9 is Ragnarok. A 9 is Winter Soldier. A 9 is Civil War. A 9 is Infinity War. Those are 9s to me. Doctor Strange in them. But yeah, man, nah, it was good. It was definitely good. Let's speaking of other MCU's scenarios and things like that. Did you see that Eternals new trailer?
Yeah, I tried to avoid it, but I did see it. And I'm pretty sure the Shang Chi is going to tie into that storyline at some point because of the weaponry. Because remember how they were talking about the rings are super, super fucking old, and whenever they're talking about shit that's older than old, it's usually celestials or those, entities. So it's going to tie into that some way, I'm thinking.
I feel like you're referencing directly to the second post-credit scene for Shang-Chi. Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I don't remember exactly which one it was. All I know is they were talking about how old the fucking rings were. Remember, they were sitting there and they were like, this shit is old. This shit is thousands of years. This is older than that. This is like old, old, old.
That's right. It wasn't the second one because the second one was the sister. Right. This was the first one. So yeah. Because Hulk was like, how long does your father have them when he was wearing them? He said he had them for 1,000 years. And he's like, well, they're older than that. And then I got to go because I got a broken arm still because I did the snap. And so, yeah, that's my storyline because I'm Hulk. And then Captain Marvel, she was there and she bounced. Yay. They left a lot of meat on her situation. Hopefully they figure it out for the second one. There's a lot of stuff to talk about in terms of Marvel though. So I saw the trailer for Eternals. You know, I was in the first time, so I'm in now. I know that some people had seen the Spider-Man trailer, so that's why I wanted to ask which one you saw. But
Well, they showed it at the theater. I've been trying to avoid all the trailers. I don't like watching trailers for the most part, but when
I know
they showed it at the theater.
You had no choice at that
I'm
point.
like, fuck. I'm like, I'm trying to close my eyes, and I'm like, man, fuck it, man. Fuck it now.
For sure. Yeah, great job after everything that we've talked about and reported on and discussed. Like, they had a great open. I heard it was over 83 million nationwide. Congratulations to y'all. Like, it's a legit start. You know, congrats to everybody that supported that movie and, you know, had high hopes, large hopes. It was a job well done, and I'm happy for their success because there was a lot of turmoil, as we've been talking about, surrounding this movie. And for them to do this without premiere access says a lot about the project. So great shit. Great shit. Let's keep it pushing. Let's see what we got here. Actually, this Black Widow lawsuit, according to ScreenRant.com, may stop the Russos from directing another MCU movie. Bwalt, should Disney just cave in and give this lady her money, or is it worth the potential risk of losing the Russo brothers?
Black Widow just better hope people don't show up at her door and make it disappear. Disney got the pull to do that. They may show up in Mickey Mouse hats or something, but Disney can still get you going. I don't know. Honestly, to be serious about the topic, I wouldn't want to lose them. You know, but
they've got three of my top 6 movies.
I wouldn't want to lose them, but as we've already said, she does have a legit argument. I don't really give a fuck about her argument, honestly. I said that before because, you know, whatever, but she does have a legit argument. It's just not on my radar of things to give a shit about. She still got her bread. Like, she still got money. Like, she's not broke. It's not like this shit is, look, they fucked up the contract, go after them. Fine. But me personally, I don't care about it. I really don't. I wouldn't want to lose great directors and great behind the scenes folk over something like this, because if it affects the quality of the movie, what we don't want is for the MCU to have done 25 films at this point, 26 if you count Black. Well, I forget how many are we at. 25, 26 films, and then all
26,
and they're all pretty, you know, solid films. We don't want them to make a left and end up down the DCEU route. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's a slippery slope argument in itself, it probably wouldn't happen. But honestly, I haven't even taken the time to wrap my brain around this whole Scarlett Joe Widow thing. I just honestly don't care, dude. I really don't give a shit.
Well, I definitely, as someone has made several decisions based off who was running the business and who wasn't, I completely understand why Scarlett's moving the way she's moving. especially with the amount of money. If she made, let's say she got the 20 million that's been reported, and that was before anything could have stood in the way of the success of the movie. And and then they had to change plans. The amount of money they made off that movie, based off which they paid her out, I don't even think it's 10%, bro. I don't even think it's 10% of everything. Like, if you take everything into consideration. So getting her money, I understand. But for Disney, the Russo brothers did Civil War. The Russo brothers did Winter Soldier. The Russo brothers did Infinity War. So, I mean, I don't know. That's a lot of money right there. That's a lot more than whatever Scarlett Johansson's asking for.
So what
Is
you're
my
saying?
point.
So what you're saying is, do the out of court settlement, allow the Russos to continue doing their thing. I don't think Black Widow's a big enough.
Well, this is a personal thing, and you are. This isn't like something that's contractual. This is just like the Russos were very close with Scarlett, working with her. They built a relationship. They've been working together almost 10 years, if you think about it.
Okay, but are the Russos willing to give up their money for somebody they cool with? Look, I'm your homie, but I'm gonna make my bread.
I knew that before you. Well,
but you get what I'm saying? Like,
you're so stupid.
No.
You won't.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, I haven't. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look into that shit. Everything she's talking about. I know that she's arguing breach of contract. They didn't do some things they were supposed to do, and it affected her bread. Now, how that's going to lead to the Russos not doing anything anymore?
The Russos have a great rapport with her. And to answer your question from before, they got other projects outside of the MCU that are working. They have relationships with Netflix. They don't just do Disney shit or MCU shit. So I'm sure they're working on something right now anyway. It may not be MCU, but go ahead.
I don't know. Let me, you know what? I'm going to have to do more research on that, right? To see why we would think that they wouldn't come. Is this something that's being said, or is this just speculation in some fluff article? Are they saying we not fucking with y'all if y'all fuck with our girl money?
I think, to be frank, isn't every article a little bit of both? But
you get what I'm saying? Like, is this coming from legit? Did one of the Russos go, look, man, I don't like how you fucking with my girl, Black Johansson widow. You know what I'm
saying? Black Johansson widow? That's
Scarlet Widow, whatever, nigga. I don't like how y'all niggas fucking with my girl money,
Black.
Joe. I'm gonna start making movies with y'all. Like, come on, man. Come
on. The Scarlet Widow. You mean the Scarlet Witch? No, motherfucker, the one in black. The one in black.
Scarlet Widow. The one who made that. Hey, the one who made that Black Widow movie that I don't know. Is it above Captain Marvel? Is it below? I don't know. I'm not really sure.
I put it just above Captain Marvel.
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that shit again. Because I've seen espionage movies to death. It might fall in that bucket under Captain Marvel. But go ahead, ScarJo, get your money. I mean, yeah, sure.
to me, it was funny. I don't feel like reviewing Black Widow again, but it was satisfying. Kind of what I expected, the steam got taken out with the fact that we had to wait almost 2 2.5 years to get this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bad scenario. Same thing for Tenet. You know, in my opinion, that's the greatest achievement that's ever been done in film history. But it came out during the middle of the pandemic. So the entire plan was built around that. I mean, it's hard to make equations for a virus, but yeah, shit happens. Well, let's keep pushing. Let's keep rocking. But it's coming from a legit source. It's screenrant.com. We get a lot of shit from them.
No, but I want to know if the Russo brothers was really like, you know what, Disney, y'all can't be doing our girl like this. We're going to walk away from the other Disney projects. Like, I think it would make more sense to continue to do Disney movies and just make sure to put her ass in all my other shit that ain't Disney. Because from what it sounds like, don't it seem like they were talking about, oh, this might, I've seen articles where they're saying this might sever her connection with Disney altogether. She's out. She won't be in the MCU anymore, which doesn't matter because she already fucking died. And it's like, you know what I'm saying?
She died, and they have a backup literally right next to her. Yeah. Well, let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing because we can go back and forth about that all day.
Yeah.
Moving on, the PlayStation Showcase is happening. I believe, is it tomorrow? Let me double check. Is the 9th, September 9th, this Thursday as we are recording this on a Monday. It was a quick article. VR will not be shown at this one. But Bwalt, you're a PlayStation 5 owner. What do you want to see on your PlayStation 5? What have you been waiting for? Have you tell us about your experience, where you are right now with it, and what do you want to see at this showcase?
Well, you know, like you just said, COVID knocked a lot of shit out of whack. There was no way to really plan for a virus, and so a lot of the games that we would have had that was actually next gen games aren't out yet. So shit, we've had the PlayStation at Black as Fuck headquarters since February, and since that time,
can't believe I ain't been there in that long. That's crazy.
Since that time, well, there's CVS that you can go to. Anyhow, since that time, three games are actually legit next gen level games. It was, of course, Returnal, which had that corruption, so we ain't probably won't finish that for a while. And then it was 2K21, and there was one other PS5 game. That's an actual PS5 game that we have. So for me, it's like, man, I'm looking forward to Horizon Forbidden West. I'm looking forward to there's a bunch of them coming out. Guardians of the Galaxy is supposed to be out next month. Oh wait, yeah, next month. Of course, there's new iterations of Call of Duty coming. So for me, it's just to get all these games that they've already been saying were supposed to come out and just actually get them out. You know, because they basically all got pushed back a whole year because of the virus. Like Forbidden West was supposed to be out early this year.
Huh.
I believe.
You played the first one or the original?
Horizon? Yeah, that's a good game. That's a real good game. The story's great. Solid.
What are your thoughts on the Ghost of Tsushima, the director's cut?
See, and we can't take away from all the great games from the previous gen because, yeah, if you got a PlayStation 5, 9 times out of 10, you're replaying them shits anyway. Ghost of Tsushima being one of the better ones. So, yeah, I'll probably flip that when it comes. I mean, we got a lot to do, but yeah, I'll make some time and downtime to flip it's just an expansion pack, right? It's just a DLC expansion.
Yeah, upgrades, a couple more modes, some DLCs in there. I mean, but Ghost that's a quality classic title. And I haven't played any of the DLC. I haven't done any of the co-op. I haven't even finished the game. That's right. The days.
Damn
I'll
you,
see you
COVID.
one day, of course.
Damn you,
Yeah.
COVID.
All right.
Damn you.
Damn. But so I don't know what to look forward to on PlayStation 5 because I have a 4 that is not with me right now, but it is a 4. I still got to beat Nier. I still need to pop open Bloodborne, Last of Us. Try to play that for the 3rd time in my life.
The second Last of Us is getting replayed right now. It's still dope. A lot of people complain about that shit. I thought it was dope.
Yeah, people got it complaining about something, man.
Yeah, that's true.
But what do I want to see? I just from the outside looking in about PlayStation 5, it just feels like this cycle's been slower with this one. And I guess it's got to be dealing with the pandemic. It's got to be the difference because correct me if I'm wrong, but usually by the next holiday season, after you get that first PlayStation, they got some real heat coming. Like they've done it every time other than this time, in my opinion.
What they usually do is they have 1 or 2 hot joints at the jump to carry you over for a while till the new heat comes. But there's a shit ton of games that were supposed to be coming out at least at this point or by the end of the year that are getting pushed back to 2022. You know, they got that Gotham Knight shit that's coming out. They got this one game called Forspoken. It didn't have a name before, but that shit's supposed to be coming out. It's supposed to be hot. It looks like a third-person semi-fantasy sci-fi joint. It's pretty hot. So I think what they're gonna do is all the shit that was supposed to cement us this year in the plan shit is gonna come out early next year, and then all the rest of the shit is just gonna trickle in.
Yeah.
I think Horizon Forbidden West is the one that I'm personally waiting on.
That's at the top of the list for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they decide to make another fucking Grand Theft Auto before a nigga turn 50,
that shit ain't happening. That money's too easy right now.
Like, I mean, you know, shout out to the folks that did that, to Rockstar, you know what I mean? Because the game been around what? How old is Grand Theft Auto 5?
13 years, bro.
And they still making bread off this shit.
They making new game AAA bread off of that shit. Like it's brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. I love it. I love everything about that. Can't play it. I will never play another GTA until I'm ready to move 2 weeks from that date. That's the only that's the only time I'll ever play. But looking off from afar, that's a great way to make money, bro. I mean, Capcom's doing something similar with their Resident Evil engine, right? I mean, you've been playing a couple of the remakes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm done with the Resident Evil shit though, because I didn't like the rest of the originals. I went from 1, 2, and 3, but then all the rest of that shit after that is just, like I didn't like 4. And then I went back and tried to play 4, and like the handles on 4 was shitty. So I'm like, man, fuck this shit.
Yeah, and I know I had a lot to do with that. And I know how you feel about your opinion. You know how I feel about mine. So I know we respect each other's opinion. And I know I influenced that a bit. And it just, that game, I remember when they were making Voltron for Netflix. And the creators made it a point to say, we didn't want to make the same show that we watched growing up we wanted to make the show that we thought we were watching back then. Like as shorties, you thinking, oh, this is some epic storytelling. Now, motherfucker, they trying to get to the credits just as fast as you are, if not sooner.
They trying to sell. Hey, they trying to sell product, bro.
Right, commercial credits, nigga. You know the magic. This is how I felt about Resident Evil 4 after playing it after 15, 16 years, because yeah, it just doesn't hold up, which is sad to say. And Dead Space, which is super influenced by RE4, it holds up. Like I could pop that in right now and it still feels the way it did the first time I played it, which is nuts to me because back then you couldn't have told me the difference. It all worked. It all made sense. But you know, I say all that to say the clearly the pandemic has really affected things. I mean, they still got super, the DMC Special Edition, that was a great game if you were into that. I know a lot of people get down on No Man's Sky. The Call of Duties that are out, Ratchet and Clank looks like one of the best games I've ever seen. So
I love that. We do have that. I guess that also counts as a PS5 game then, right?
Right. And then
have that.
You could look at it one way or the other in terms of the Miles Morales situation.
A lot of those I wasn't considering PS5
because they were on the 4.
Because they were on the 4.
Right.
But now if you put it that way, then yeah, there's a handful of them. Like Miles Morales, I think is better than the original Spider-Man in a lot of ways. And then, like you said, that Ratchet and Clank, that shit is beautiful.
That shit is
great. It's like watching cartoons. And
right.
It's really
with
like
a controlling game.
Right.
Yeah. I do know the God of War. I think their Ragnarok is on his way soon. Marvel Avengers, was that a 4 game or a 5 game?
It was a 4 game, but you get free upgrades to the 5, which I haven't even done because that game is trash. And they keep trying to update it. They keep trying to make it better. Nigga, just do that shit in the first place, man. Like, do the shit in the first place. They
don't even care no more, bro.
The same thing with what's that other game that everybody's waiting on? Cyberpunk, bro. Like, we got it. Okay, so I have it. Right? I have it because Pete was like, you know what? The PlayStation 5 can handle it. It won't crash. ... as much. And I'm like, I don't want this shit to crash at all. So I played the intro missions where you learn how to play it. I'm like, man, this shit could be cold, but I can't bring
you don't
myself,
trust the situation.
I can't bring myself to go any further. Because it is originally a PS4 a game. I'm wondering if they're gonna re-release it as a PS5, like a legit PS5 game. But
probably not anytime soon.
And get the bugs out first, nigga. Like, seriously, like
niggas don't even care, man. These niggas don't even care.
Bro, it's legit sitting in the library. Like, you've only finished 1% of the game. Like, yeah, it's gonna stay that way for a while. Nigga,
Is there a new Red Dead on the way? I mean, since they're not doing GTA, what's any word on that? I know you play. Yeah.
They still floating Red Dead too. Look, man. Any of that Rockstar shit where you can play online, they're not really trying to speed that shit up, dog. Because they still making money and they still got so much traffic. They got so much traffic. And there is no release date for Red Dead Redemption 3 at the moment. But Grand Theft Auto is always their flagship game, right? That's the one. And we all be on it. People love Red Dead 2. There was a couple of other things that Rockstar has done where they have their niche following, But the flagship game is Grand Theft Auto 5. So if they don't even have, Grand Theft Auto, so if they don't even have a 6 coming for this new gen, I don't think these niggas is even thinking about Red Dead, bro. They can't be, because they still getting money off this shit. Dude, if you turn it, I'm telling you, you know how like the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 5, when you turn it on, it'll have news from games that you have at the bottom. And so they still talking about, oh, get your free credits to run, to run these bounty hunter missions in Red Dead Revolver or Red Dead Redemption. It's like they're not thinking about getting rid of this shit right now, man. They're not thinking about coming out with no new shit. They sitting back counting their money and shit, bro. Counting their fucking money.
Just play along real quick. Just act like I run Rockstar and walk in and say, I got an idea for Grand Theft Auto 6. Just say it.
Yo, son. I got this idea for Grand Theft Auto 6, my nigga.
Why? Why? And then you got to respond to that. Why? We're making $60 million a year doing fucking nothing. What? I give a fuck about you. Is your idea worth $60 million a year with no work? No, it isn't. So why? Why would I even entertain your fucking idea?
Oh God. And look, man. Rockstar, in my opinion, Rockstar has made some of the most enjoyable, the most complete games I've ever fucking played in the Grand Theft Auto games.
That's right.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is probably the culmination of all the dope shit from the previous ones and is mashed into this one. So I understand why they haven't made it. I still play it. It's
right.
in the system. It's in the Black as Fuck system right now.
Oh man. It's just too easy. It's too fucking easy. Well, let's keep it pushing. Oh man, we are all over the place and nowhere at the same damn time.
That's how it works.
All right. Hey, Bwalt, real quick, I got a question for you. Do you watch Dragon Ball?
Fuck Dragon Ball.
Fuck Dragon Ball. Okay.
Fuck Dragon Ball Z.
Hey, Bwalt, why are you saying fuck Dragon Ball Z? What happened?
Because of an episode that I saw about 15, 20, 25 years ago that had me sit there for 30 minutes while two niggas charged up. For 30 whole minutes. 30 minutes. That was it for me with Dragon Ball.
Okay. Was that the only one? That's the only one you watched then, right?
I'm not wasting my fucking time with it.
Okay. Well, could you be more specific? Because to be honest, there's a lot of episodes that are just like that. So maybe I could help.
All that does is fortify my point that I don't need to waste time with Dragon Ball. You're telling me there's multiple episodes where two overly swole niggas sit there and go, yeah, for 30 minutes? I'm good, bro. I will never watch it.
There's actually a couple arcs, movies. Yeah. But there's a ton of episodes. You don't know none of the characters. You don't know anybody.
Only thing I know is Piccolo was the black dude.
I couldn't hold it with that.
And he rocks Kanye West shoes.
No, Kanye rock Piccolos.
Piccolo rocked them Air Kanye's, nigga. But other than that, I don't know. No.
Piccolo been major since 1987, man. Don't y'all forget. Fuck out of here with that shit. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Well, I was. Oh, hello. Who's in here? Who's this?
No clue.
Oh, we got a. Well, hello.
It
Far
says
traveler.
iPhone.
Yeah. Okay. We're about to get hacked with 3 people, bro.
Oh shit. They're trying to get these credit card numbers.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
They gonna take my credit score. Don't go to jail. Don't be me.
My
Anyway.
EBT card. Oh God.
Not this wick. Don't take my wick. I mean, it ain't mine, but next question. Um, well, so there's a guy named, well, he's not really a guy. There's a character named Frieza. Do you know who Frieza is? You don't know? You're angry. That's funny. Well, Frieza was like the first bad guy. Well, no, I can't really say that. He had his own saga. He was that heavy in the game. Like, he had his own army. He had his own spaceship. He blew up a couple planets. He was that first dude. He was the dude. It was because he's the Detroit Pistons of Dragon Ball. That's who Frieza is. Does that make sense now? He's Isaiah Thomas. That's exactly who he is. Okay. He's got John Sally. He's got Bill Lambier. And somebody out there knows both these, knows the fuck I'm talking about.
Somebody just said Cell was the shit. And Krillin? Who is Krillin?
Oh boy. The hacker speaks.
The hacker is in here saying Cell was the shit.
Okay. Krillin's with a K, but I'm sure that's auto correct. So no one's tripping. And yes, Cell was the shit. He should have been beaten by future Trunks, but Akira Toriyama is a Goku whore. So don't get me started on that. That's how I feel. Anybody else that objects, fuck y'all. Where was I? So let's just say, for instance, right? Going back to Isaiah Frieza Thomas. They're saying that Frieza had a son. So just imagine Isaiah Thomas having a son that wanted to play for the Bad Boy Pistons. Not the son he's actually got, because we've already talked about him. But like an actual son that wanted to follow in his footsteps. Like what I just told you about him, he's done some murderous shit, right? Like,
yeah, you said it like it was normal, so I'm assuming other characters have tried to follow suit.
Oh yeah, Cell is one of them, and he did some really fucked up shit. But yeah, they just get bigger and badder, more powerful. Creep. But Frieza's already got a daddy that got murked. He's got a brother that's better than him that got murked. There's a thing not called the TVA in Dragon Ball, but the TVA of Dragon Ball. There's a version of him. He got murked. So he's losing people right now. So for him to have a son, it's pretty like, okay, all in the family type shit. You know what I'm saying? Long way to say all that. So how would you feel if there was a Isaiah Thomas Jr. that wanted to play in like the late 90s and wanted to play the Bulls? How would you feel about that?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care?
I wouldn't care, because if we talking about the 91 Bulls, we smacked the shit out of the Pistons finally, and we won our first championship.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
baby Isaiah's trying to come back and do that again during the Derrick Rose era, and we smacked the shit out of them niggas and won another championship. Okay, let's do it. That would have been number 7. Fuck the Pistons. Fuck the Pistons, except for Joe Dumars.
What? Okay, I know why. Shelbyville. Why do you say that?
I fucks with Joe Dumars, man. Because after the Bulls beat that ass, he was the only nigga that was out there shaking hands. Fuck the Pistons. Fuck Isaiah Thomas' ass, too. That's the only nigga I know. His own city don't fuck with him, Joe. He from where we from, and we be like, Isaiah, nah, son. Nah. So Freiza, Isaiah Frieza Thomas.
Right.
So who the fuck is Jordan? Okay, who the fuck is the Jordan of your Dragon Ball Z world.
Nigga, that's Goku.
Now I've heard that name before. That's the dude with the orange shirt.
Yeah. He's Superman. He's Michael Jordan. Like, this motherfucker has never been beaten. And even when he does get beaten, he beats the dude that beats him. Even when he kills himself, he comes back and beats the dude that beat him. I'm not making any of this up. This is all, I didn't seen it all, man. I didn't seen it all. And the thing is, he doesn't, at times, Piccolo has been Pippin, but they phased him out. And his homeboy Vegeta has been like the longest Pippin, the longest tenured Pippin in the situation, but really it just be him scoring 63 a night every night. Like, this motherfucker don't lose. This shit is ridiculous. And I show up religiously waiting for the new shit.
That makes one of us on this call, because I don't know what the fuck this shit is about, bro.
So yeah, so even if Isaiah Frieza Thomas had a son, or if they move forward with this, Jordan's going to slap the shit out of him. So, because Jordan doesn't lose. He's never lost. All right, let's keep it pushing.
Please.
We actually only have one more thing to go over. Unfortunately, this is our second week in a row. We'll give a rose to somebody that's no longer here. Michael K. Williams transitioned today. He's no longer with us. He passed on. Thank you for your contributions. And yeah, exactly. Here come Omar. Whoever iPhone is, whoever you may be, you friendly hacker, you. All seriousness, great actor. Could do drama, could do comedy. The crowd didn't matter. You know, black movies, contemporary, whatever you want to categorize it. He'll definitely be known amongst a lot of people for his role in The Wire as Omar. You know, that was just transcendent in terms of that type of role and his arc at the time. He was in Boardwalk Empire. He was even in Ghostbusters. He did a couple Battlefields. I don't know if you remember Bwalt, but he had this commercial a couple years ago where it was different versions of him in different moods having a conversation with
No, but I'm
himself.
gonna have to find that. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was really simple and real brilliant, and like it was like him discussing. I've seen a couple white commercials like follow suit since then. Go figure, right? But yeah, it's just this. It's like angry version of him talking to calm version and hungry version, and it's like they're all in one living room. But yeah, I say all that to say thank you. We send our condolences, strength and blessings to the family. It was Ed Asner last week, and we talked about how much we're gonna miss him. And now this week it's Michael K. Williams. Shit don't get easier. Just make the most of the moments you guys have left. Those are the things I think about when we have to do these types of segments and speak about people in this fashion. Like, we only get so many moments here. Like, there's really no reason to fuck around with the fuck around. Enjoy your life, do what you want. So then one way to find out. Through the fire.
Oh, dude, please don't.
No, I'm not. But yeah, that's all I got to say. Thank you, bro. Bwalt, what are your thoughts?
You're preaching ass. You expect me to follow you after that, TD Jakes? Really? Oh, in all seriousness. After The Wire, look, you know how I am about certain actors. right? And after I saw him in The Wire, whenever there was something that he was going to be in, I was looking for him specifically to see how he would do. So most recently, when Lovecraft Country came out, I
That's
found,
right.
oh, he's playing Homeboy's father. I'm gonna love this shit.
Right.
But like you said, Boardwalk Empire. I mean, he's voiced a bunch of video games that I've played. He was in the last 2K, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's one of those actors along the same lines as Don Cheadle, in my opinion. It's underrated as fuck, but always a scene stealer. Always gonna come with it. And yeah, everything I've seen him in, every character he has played is a memorable character. People can sit there and argue all day about which one is their favorite. But regardless of what it was, whatever he did it great. And I think the funny thing is, I think he started out as like a dancer, dude.
I can see that.
I believe he was a dancer. So the way he transitioned over and started doing all this acting, Joe, that's amazing. Some people just have it. They just got it.
Yeah. Extremely versatile. Like, again, just did it all. Did you hear about what was the cause? I didn't catch that.
I don't think they released that information yet because it happened today. So
yeah. We thank you, bro. Coming from Black AF, we thank you. We thank you for your investment and your sacrifice. We do. Anything else you want to conclude with, B Wizzle, before we get out of here?
Oh man, I'm waiting for the collection plate to come back to the front faster. Out here preaching today. Out here preaching.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's look at verse 13 through 17 of Nigalations.
I'm glad you said that. That's amazing, by the way. You need to write that down.
Thou shalt not fuck with white bitches with big titties unless she paying your bills. Humana. Can I get an amen?
That's very in living color of you right there. Like, that's very, like David Allen Greer. Like, but doing it on Martin. You remember?
That's a guy. That's a guy that he needs to get his fucking roses. He don't get enough respect. David Allen Greer was that dude. He was that dude.
David Allen was funny. Met him, ran into him a couple times. Was always cool with me. Appreciated that. Always loved his work. That bum in a cafe, that was my favorite one of his. On A Living Color. I popped my pimple because it asked me to. I can make a booger talk. Like he would just.
My nipple got an eyeball on it. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
That was great.
I seen Prince and Oprah booty. Like he would just say the most stupidest shit. But yeah, man, that's right. We thank you for joining us. This was episode 31. It's crazy. We've been back for 31 episodes. How about that?
Well, you've been on here for 31. I've only done 28.
It's like Contra, man. Like if I get to the end, you got to it. We did it together. If I had another man, I'd give it to you. Who is this iPhone that's chiming in on the chat? Who'd you let in, man? Who is this?
I don't know who this is, bro. I keep trying to get this fool to turn the camera on, but he's scared.
We got some friendly hacker in here.
He's scary, right? If you put some money in my account.
Oh man. All right. Let me go on and get us out of here. BLACKAZFUK on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. No, we don't know you. That's why we asking you, friendly hacker. Brotherhood language, approaching conversation kinetically about fiction. You can't just say my nickname and think I just know who it is. You have no picture. You won't turn your video on. I'm sitting there yelling at somebody I don't even know exists. Every Monday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. www.blackafhq.com. We will be back for episode 32. Boom. Thank you. God bless and good night. Yeah, rock on. Friendly Hacker will come for you.
Brotherhood, approaching conversation kinetically about